Imagine waking up, checking your payslip, and realizing that more of your money is gone. Not because you spent more. Not because you earned more. But because your government quietly decided they needed it more than you do. Because somewhere in the heart of Westminster, someone made a promise and someone broke it. This is not a political debate. This is a ticking time bomb. Before we dive in, I want your voice in this. Do you trust the Labour government to handle your money better than the Tories did? Drop your answer in the comments, yes or no, and tell us why. And if you believe this story needs to be heard, smash the like button and share this video with one person who's fed up with broken promises. Let's get into it. In July 2024, Keir Starmer stood before Britain with clarity and conviction. No tax rises on working people, he said. No surprises. No betrayals. But now, barely a year later, the truth is bleeding through the cracks. The Treasury has discovered a £50 billion fiscal black hole. A deficit so vast, it threatens the core of Labour's economic credibility. Behind closed doors, Chancellor Rachel Reeves is being told the unthinkable. Either raise income tax, or let public services crumble. And while the government tries to downplay the numbers, insiders from both the OBR and Treasury have been sounding alarms. Something has to give, and that something is you. Sources close to the government admit that a rise in income tax is now on the table. Not confirmed. Not denied. But deliberately left open. Even Sir Keir Starmer, who built his campaign on restoring trust, has refused to rule it out. Let that sink in. A Labour Prime Minister refusing to rule out tax hikes after promising the opposite. And it's not just him. Shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves, once hailed as the safe hands of Labour's economic plan, is now seen as the messenger of bad news. Her latest briefings? All options are on the table. Translation? Prepare your wallets. So, how did we get here? The Labour government inherited a difficult economy, yes. But many of the pressures, inflation, borrowing costs, NHS backlogs, were known. They promised a plan for them. But experts now say the party's manifesto was underfunded by at least £30 to £50 billion. A fantasy budget, and the fantasy is over. Now reality is knocking. Loudly. And with growth at a crawl and public spending fixed, only one lever remains. Taxation. This isn't just economics. This is betrayal. Voters didn't just elect Labour for change. They voted for honesty, for relief, for respect. But now, those same voters, especially middle and lower income families, are bracing for deductions in their pay packets. First it was council tax. Then it was stealth hikes. Now it may be your income. And yet, the government remains vague. Evasive. Detached. Where's the transparency? Where's the accountability? And most importantly, where's the line they said they'd never cross? Autumn is coming. And with it, Labour's first full budget. All eyes are on Starmer and Reeves. Will they find a way to balance the books without raising taxes? Or will they gamble the public's trust for the second time in a decade? There are whispers in Whitehall of new levies, revised thresholds, and loophole closures. But one thing is clear. This autumn budget will define the Labour government. And possibly, break it. Already, murmurs are growing within Labour's own backbenchers. Some fear a tax rise will hand Reform UK and the Tories a golden ticket. Others argue there's no choice, the truth must be told. Meanwhile, Nigel Farage is sharpening his rhetoric. Same old Labour. Same old betrayal, he said recently. And polls? Early shifts show Labour's lead shrinking, especially among working-class voters who feel blindsided. Labour may have won the election. But can they survive the consequences of their first real decision? So, here's the question. Is Starmer's government already breaking its promises? Would you accept higher taxes if it meant better services, or do you feel lied to? This story isn't over. It's just beginning. The budget is coming. The decisions are being made. And the consequences are yours. Stay smart. Stay alert. And most of all, stay vocal. Tell us what you think in the comments. Share this video with someone who deserves to know the truth. And subscribe for the full breakdown when that autumn budget finally hits. Until then, this has been Echo Britain. Your voice. Your truth.